Protectors of the Grid. Chapter 25. They were a quiet group driving away from Red Fox in the Kiamichi Mountains, sorting through all had happened. Knowing they were all still between worlds, Grace was driving as far as Durant. When they turned off the dirt track from the cabin and onto the highway, Tara sighed. I feel like we've been gone for months instead of days. Everything feels different. Now we're leaving a safe place and heading back into the big bad world. It's scary as hell. Then she grinned. And I can't wait to see what's going to happen now. A half hour out from Durant, Ben was gazing out the passenger side window, lost in thought, while Tara and Charlie dozed in the back when Grace called him back to the present. Ben? How are you going to protect yourself when the dark comes again? What do you mean? Anytime you move toward the light, the dark sits up and takes notice. You have a new awareness. You have allied yourself with light beings. That will give you periods of, call it flow, when everything goes the way you want it. Lots of synchronicity, little or big miracles of timing and connection. There probably will, be obstacles thrown at you. Problems or things that poke your raw places. How are you going to handle what comes over the next few weeks? Ben moaned and leaned his head back for a few moments. This was a part of the process that he instinctively knew was coming and one he dreaded. He had tried so hard for so long to remain off the radar, thinking that would make things easier. Not. Well, he hesitated. He really didn't know how he was going to handle things now. Grace nodded, her suspicions confirmed. For one thing, remember that you are not in this alone, right? She waited for Ben to speak. When he didn't, she continued, you have allies all around you, beings from other dimensions. Seems like the Mo is an ally. The Mo? Sure. The Mo'o helped you face your dark and find your own light and strength. Humph. Yes, I guess so. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? Ben paused as a thought struck him. I guess that's what Kala meant. I asked him whether the Mo'o was friend or foe. He said, could be either. Grace nodded. Yes, an ally makes you face yourself. Usually it's your response to them that shows you your truth. Awareness of your choices is what helps you grow. And you've got another ally, too. You mean Pachamama? Yes. A black jaguar can eat you alive or protect you. This time she took you to other dimensions, showed you other realities. I suspect she will also let you know when you are close to dangerous ground. She's interested in your highest good, not your momentary happiness. Ben sighed. Can I have both? Maybe, maybe not. But if you feel her stalking around, growling and switching her tail, you do well to pay attention to what's in front of you. She's warning you and you don't want her to get really upset. You mean, she will eat your ego and claw away your delusions. Oh, great. She will also protect you, especially when you don't even know you're in danger. When you do sense danger, be sure to call her. That goes for the Mo, too. But these are mythical beings, right? They're not. Real? She gave him a brief sideways glance, then turned her eyes back to the road. I'll give you some time to answer that question on your own. Grace guided the van into the parking lot, pulled up beside her own ancient pickup truck, and killed the engine. The silence and lack of motion woke the two in the back seat, who stirred and stretched. Where are we? Grace turned around and smiled. Back in Durant. This is where I get off. Y'all will be on your own from here. They groaned, almost in unison. Well, not entirely. And Grace gave Ben a pointed look. After hugs all around, Grace tossed her duffel in back of her truck, fired it up, and drove away. They all felt the emptiness she left behind. Well, let's get on the road. We have a long drive ahead of us. After another stop at fast food paradise for eats and potty break, Ben took the wheel again. They were all awake now, keeping conversation light, watching the landscape glide by, checking for messages on their smartphones. It was comforting to be doing normal things, even though nothing felt normal. None of them noticed the dark clouds rolling in until the light changed. Charlie looked up from the glow of her smartphone. What is that noise? Oh my gosh? Tara? Ben? Is that... They looked where Charlie was pointing just as a huge bolt of lightning flashed and thunder immediately boomed. The clouds were low and dark. As they watched, an angry swirl dropped from the boiling mass toward the earth, touching down near a big old farmhouse. The roof lifted off and spun awkwardly into the sky, followed by the huge oak tree that had sheltered the house. Both vanished upward into the giant maw of swirling darkness. The noise was deafening as the tornado raced across fields and pastures right toward the highway. Ben wrenched his horror-struck gaze from the funnel cloud to the road ahead, empty now except for an 18-wheeler shifting through all the low gears to gain speed. Ben floored the gas pedal and twisted the wheel to go around the truck, which was blocking their escape. The van surged forward, buffeted by the winds pushing the tornado toward the highway. Shit, 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 shit. Oh, God. Oh, thank God. It's angling across the road. Can we get the hell out of here faster, Ben? Oh! Charlie screamed. Tara caught her breath and held it. As they raced to pass the 18-wheeler, gusts pounded the broad side of the van, almost lifting it from the road. They were held in their seats only by the belts that tightened around them. The driver's side wheels slid off the pavement onto the narrow shoulder on the wrong side of the road, dirt and gravel spurting with noises like gunshots. The van tipped, leaning perilously to the left. Ben shoved the steering wheel hard to the right to get back on the road. When the wheels caught the pavement, the van lurched, wobbled, lurched again, then righted onto the highway. The truck still raced beside them, but now at 80 miles per hour, the invisible driver also running from the twister, now barreling across the highway, a quarter-mile behind them. The van raced down the wrong side of the road, blinded by blowing dust. They drew even with the nose of the truck's screaming engine for a minute, 2 minutes, but the truck had more power and the momentum of greater weight. They couldn't make it. Ben's knuckles were white as he gripped the wheel, and his breath was fast and shallow with fear. Any minute they could crash head-on into a vehicle coming out of the blindness toward them. Abruptly, Ben lifted his foot from the accelerator. The truck blew past them and disappeared into the clouds of dirty brown as the van slowed, then pulled back onto the right side of the road. The wind gusts buffeting their vehicle lessened as the twister gained distance on the other side of the highway, its path of devastation now a mile or two behind them. The dust began to clear, and a sign beside the road promised a rest stop at the next exit. Ben's hands shook as he guided the van into the parking lot. As soon as the van stopped, he threw open the door, ran to the grass, fell to his knees, and vomited. Charlie in the front passenger seat and Tara behind her struggled free of their seat belts and fell out of the van into a desperate embrace, clinging to each other. Though less, the wind still gusted, bending and shaking the young trees planted around the picnic tables. They blew grit in their eyes and mouths and outlined the tear tracks running down their cheeks. When quiet finally arrived, the contrast was so intense, it strained their already overwrought nerves.